We can have a guest phone in as well.
Okay.
We don't today, I promise you. Right, that guy. Hey golfers or even non-golfers, ready to take your game to the next level? Swing by the Golf Zone in New Plymouth, Taranaki's ultimate one-stop golf shop. Located at 44 Molesworth Street in the heart of the CBD, the Golf Zone has everything you need to hit the fairways with confidence, from top-tier clubs by Callaway and even Titleist, and cutting-edge GPS devices by Garmin and Bushnell. They also have stylish men's and women's golf apparel that blends comfort and performance. They literally have got it all. Plus, their expert team offers personalised advice and custom fitting to ensure your gear is dialed in just for you, not to mention the layer of repair. If your club has had an argument with a tree recently, the shaft's a little bent, they have got you covered. Whether you're chasing a lower handicap or just loving the game, visit the Golf Zone in-store or online at golfzone.co.nz. The Golf Zone, Taranaki's leading golf retailer. I literally made that up.
That's sick.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I recorded that at home at my desk.
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, Sam, welcome to Fairway Talks.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Mate, it's genuinely an honour and a privilege. When we started this journey, I think Louis was like, I want Tim Nacky, and I was like, I want Sam Jones.
Well, here I am.
And here you are, which is fantastic. But as I said to you before, I did a little bit of Googling on you, but it was actually more AI, and you came up as some interesting things.
Yeah.
All good things, but I am actually going to throw it to the wind and go, in your own words, who are you and what do you do?
Who am I is a big question. What do I do is easy.
Yeah.
Professional golfer, playing on the Hotel Planet Tour the last couple of years, this year and next year.
Yeah.
DP Tour a couple of years ago. Yeah, that's the easy part. Professional golfer. Who am I? Still trying to work that one out.
Yeah.
It's an interesting question, but outside of golf, I like to work out, and recently I've started trying to use my head a little bit more, trying to do a little bit more thinking. Think about a few more, I guess, existential, philosophizing, different ideas and all that kind of stuff. So, trying to get into that space a little bit, and it's interesting. Something that's always interested me growing up, and probably something that I've blocked out a lot in the past, and now I've just kind of tried to bring it in and start thinking about it a bit more.
That's super cool. So where did you grow up, you know?
I grew up in Manaia, so an hour south of where we are now.
Yeah.
A small little town. I don't even know if there's 1,000 people there. I spent most of my life until I was about 12, 13 there. Started going to intermediate in high school, intermediate in Hawera.
Oh, yeah.
Did high school there as well. So, kind of South Taranaki until I was about 18. And, then she went over to college in the States and come back here and moved up to New Plymouth when I got back. And, kind of been, living in New Plymouth, not really here a whole lot, but...
Yeah. So, breed capital of the world, obviously.
Yeah.
Good old Manaia. Is that's still your home track?
Yeah, it'll always be my home track.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Get back there when I can. I actually played there on Saturday, so...
Wicked.
I don't think I've played any Saturdays up at New Plymouth. If I'm home and I've got a Saturday free, I'll go down to Manaia and play.
Yeah. That's super cool. Never forget your roots, eh?
No. I think that's pretty important. It was just, guys that they've done a lot for me growing up, supported me, and whether or not it be Ambrose tournaments, whether fundraisers and all that kind of stuff. New Plymouth's done the same, but obviously, just growing up there at Manaia and seeing a lot of familiar faces, it's always cool to go back.
Yeah, that's really cool, because a lot of those faces are probably a bit older now.
Yeah, everyone's getting on. They still love a drink on a Saturday after golf, so
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Makes it a tax-deductible expense at that point too.
Well, we've had a few good nights in the club rooms there.
Oh, please, it's a nice club room.
Yeah, it's good. It's just it's going to be what it is. All the names of all the winners, all the trophies, all that kind of stuff. It's just it's good vibe.
Yeah, it is. I played Pennants down there once.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah, I was absolutely crap, but
it's a tricky track. They've cut a few trees down recently, so it makes it a little bit easier. But it's not that it's short, obviously, but it's not that easy. There's a lot of trees.
There are
pretty tight. Yeah.
And trees are dicks.
Yeah.
You know, in the drone world, which you know, for my bread and butter, that's kind of where I live, flying a few drones and so forth. And trees are dicks.
Yeah,
you know?
I could imagine.
They say they're 80% air or 90% air, but
not.
I don't know. I don't know. But you mentioned something really interesting that I'd love to hear a bit more about. You said college in America. What was that? What is that?
Yeah, so it was actually a pretty interesting story. I was graduating, it's an American term, graduating high school, and I think we were playing might have been the 2014 New Zealand stroke play down at, I believe it might have been Taupo maybe, Centennial. Anyway, at the time I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was finishing high school, had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. I was actually going to thinking about turning professional and doing my PGA, similar to what Ethan's just done, at 18. And then somehow a scout was at the event and got in contact with Ethan. At the time he would have been like 15, and he was like, do you want to, is college in America an option for you? And at the time I was like, I might just get in contact with him and see what he can do for me. So I ended up getting in contact with him. It was real late, so you go to college in August, starts in August, and this was like November, so I had like 9 months to get it all sorted, like from right at the beginning to getting a scholarship.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't end up signing until June, like a couple months before school started.
Yeah.
This scout like went through this company. He creates a profile for you, and then all the coaches can look at this profile and decide if they want you or not. And I got insanely lucky with the school that I ended up, because I was okay in high school. I hadn't really competed much on a national level. Hadn't competed at all internationally, and I think I got away with it a little bit because the courses here in Taranaki are quite short. So my scores looked a lot better than what they were. Yeah. Like I remember I won the under-19s at Fitzroy or something, and I shot like 65, and it's only 3 under each round. Yeah. But it looks like, and you know, the par wasn't on there, it was just the score. So coach might have looked at that and thought, hey, this guy's pretty good. Yeah. And just got really lucky and ended up in a great school at West Georgia, Division 2 school, about an hour west of Atlanta. Yeah. I could have comfortably ended up in Wisconsin or something without even knowing any different. I mean, I didn't even know where Georgia, I didn't even look on the map or anything. I literally booked my flight into Atlanta. Yeah. Didn't go and see the school, just jumped on the plane and went. I had absolutely no idea what I was getting myself into.
That's unreal.
Yeah, it was pretty. Now looking back on it now, I can't believe that I pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
I think I just signed up and I got to a point where I couldn't back out, so I just had to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I forgot to put that on Do Not Disturb.
You had a lot of moving parts there, mate.
I tell you.
Need a little checklist or something.
That's one of the things that I need to do. But I'm going to go off here. Do Not Disturb, there we go. Oops, and I've thrown a light on. It's my first day. Come on. There we go.
Well, I didn't even know you could turn it off.
Yeah, you can. You can turn that on. You can get it doing all kinds of things. Okay. It's annoying as hell, if I'm honest. That's the old tap back, double tap. Do you know, man, that's really courageous.
Yeah, I think looking back at it now, I think. But is it courageous if you can put yourself in a situation where you've got no other choice?
It takes cojones to do that, man.
I guess so.
You had to say yes at one point and then commit to it.
Yeah, definitely. I probably just tried to not really think about it too much and just...
just went for to be fair, I also think that's a bit of a Kiwi attitude. Yeah. You know, like in that sense of she'll be right. Or a Jeremy Clarkson attitude of how hard could it possibly be? Yeah. And then when it gets really hard, we'll just figure it out.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
I reckon that's amazing. And so how long did you spend over there?
4 years. So I went over in 2015. Yeah, graduated 29. Obviously came home in between that. But just over 4 years, just in the nick of time. I just got done just before COVID. Yeah. COVID was started 2020, so that's right. I missed all of that and managed to graduate, and I was in New Zealand when that all happened. So
that's good, because that would have been awful.
It was tricky because Ethan was over there at the time when it happened, and he got back just in the nick of time. Like if he had waited an extra couple of days, the borders would have been closed, and he wouldn't have been able to get back in the country. So, yeah, it would have been a bit of a headache.
Yeah.
But I was lucky I missed all of that.
Yeah, his accent would be quite different too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, mate. I did my first 2 years with no Kiwis around me at all, and my accent definitely changed a little bit. And it probably changed a little bit now. I mean, I've been travelling so much around so many different people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. I remember the first time I heard a New Zealand accent after being away, because the first stint I did was 9 months.
Yeah.
I stayed over there for Christmas and did 9 months. And the first time I heard a New Zealand accent in person again, I was like, wow, it's different, man.
Yeah.
It's strong.
Yeah.
It's very distinct.
Yeah, it is. We're quite fortunate in that sense.
Yeah.
Spot us in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
Tu tera mai na iwi.
Yeah.
Just go into a club and yell that, find the Kiwis, you know.
Yeah. No, everyone gets it mixed up with the Aussies, but I think it's
true.
You can definitely tell the difference.
I think so, especially around the A's and the S's.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. That's fantastic. And what's probably one of your most interesting experiences or memorable experiences from that time?
In college?
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad at looking back and remembering stuff. I need to write stuff down. But the first tournament that I won was probably, that was the coolest experience.
Yeah.
Because I always knew that I could play, but I'd never really done anything. Like I had the ball a long way, but I hit it everywhere back then. I used to hit it all over the place. So I kind of worked something out. I remember I used to just tee it down real low, and I had I don't know if you remember those TaylorMade like M1 drivers, and they had like a tee, like a sliding tee in the bottom of it, and you could change the weights and that like that. Mm-hmm. So it gave you the opportunity to put extra weights in it.
Yeah.
So I put I had 24 grams of extra weight in the head of the driver just so I could slow my speed down, because I was too quick. I had no timing, no rhythm.
Yeah.
I was playing this super heavy driver, and I could get it in play, and then from there I could kind of play a little bit better. Mm-hmm. And I ended up winning my first tournament at our home course, and the course that we practiced at as a college, and that was probably my fondest memory on the golf course. Off the golf course, I mean, there's just so many. Yeah, man. Like you're in America as a 18-year-old, 19-year-old, finally away from home, being able to get to do whatever you want to do. Like that was a lot of fun. I mean, we had a lot of good. We spent a week in Miami and over Thanksgiving, and there's a lot of international students that we hung out with. So it was my first time experience other cultures and people speaking other languages and all that kind of stuff. And it was a lot of fun.
Do you think, talking of other cultures and stuff, do you think here in New Zealand we're maybe now we're a little bit more open, but back then maybe a little bit sheltered from other cultures?
I think we still are. Okay. 100%. Like there's not many countries in the world where people only speak one language.
It's true, yeah.
And like all my friends in college, all the Europeans, they all speak 3, 4, 5 different languages, and they're all conversing to themselves in a language, and they speak to me in English, and that was just so fascinating to me, because we'd never, it's just not something. You can take language classes in high school, but no one cares. You just take it just to take it.
Yeah.
Same with history and all that kind of stuff. I think we're pretty, on the grand scheme of things, we don't really know the history as well as the Europeans just know it all. Obviously, there's a lot more history over there, but we just don't get taught it either. Yeah. You don't have to take it. No one wants to take history when they're 16, 17 years old. Yeah,
I think that's kind of sad. I think history is really important.
Yeah. Looking back at it now, I've definitely things that have interested me, like World War II and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I think that's the first one that everyone goes to, because it's the biggest and closest, and then start looking back, and all that kind of stuff interests me. That stuff gets me fired up, man. Yeah.
I'm with you. I like to learn about that stuff. I don't like to dwell on it as such, but you ask yourself why. Why did we go through all this? I mean, think of the freedoms today. Think of how many languages that you speak in different countries and so on and so forth. I mean, that was all thanks to the war.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Yeah. But at the same time, I never fully studied it either.
Yeah.
But anything that comes up talking about how things used to work and all this is this is interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think history is something that, are people ever going to really know exactly what happened?
Nah.
But 60 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, people obviously you're guessing what's going on, and science is pretty crazy, but no one was there. There's no videos or anything.
Exactly. I think that's the greatest thing about being alive in today's world, if you will, is that we have got video. We have got a way to collect the information. We're not we're not relying on a scribe to write it all down with his feather and
It's an interesting concept, right? Because how long has the camera been around for? How long have you been able to look at a photo for?
Over 100 years.
Or a video, yeah.
I think the first recorded image in history, I was reading about this the other day, actually, I believe was about 1880.
Yeah, it was a lot longer than you think.
Yeah.
But humans have not been able to, over the course of however, obviously that's debatable, 200,000 years.
Yeah.
Humans haven't been able to look at a photo or look at a video. So, our memory has just been, the things that we remember has just all been up in our head, and now we can look at photos and look at videos, and it's an interesting, but people don't really talk about that, like how that could affect humans going forward. Like, are we meant to biologically, are we meant to be able to look at things that happened 60 years ago?
Yeah, well, it's true. I mean, if we talk about biological, I have a child.
Yeah.
I didn't have the child. My partner had it for me. But even when a female's birthing, they don't really remember the whole birthing experience because it's so painful.
Yeah.
And again, like you think about looking at images, not to point out Tiger over there, but you think about that, like that's a moment, snapshot in time.
Yeah.
And you're right. Do you want to remember that?
Yeah. Is it a way of just letting things go, Are we holding on to things too much, like holding on to the past too much with photos and videos? That always interests me. Like, you can sit on your phone and I was doing this 5-6 years ago. Oh, I wish I was 5 years younger again, going out and doing that kind of stuff. Is it a good thing to be thinking about that, or should you just be constantly looking forward?
At the end of the day, you don't walk backwards.
Exactly.
You put one foot in front of the other to go forward,
Yeah.
And I always say, everyone's like, oh, you only die once, or whatever it might be. It's like, yeah, exactly. You should live every day. You die once, you should live every day.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't not often do you get second chances.
No.
In certain things anyway.
Yeah, I think some people, you almost, something tragic doesn't happen to anybody, but if something bad does happen and you end up surviving, it's like people get a new lease of life on that because they think like I was almost dead. But, it's hard to kind of get that feeling into your body without actually experiencing something like that. Like I think that's the secret. Like if you can actually realize that we're not actually going to get out of this alive, it's like, well, okay, might as well just do whatever I want to do.
I agree. We all share the exact same fate.
Yeah. People just don't like to talk about it because it's it's taboo. It is. I think it's scary too, obviously.
I agree. And I think you hit the nail on the head. I forget which day it was, but you said, if I'm correct here and if I'm wrong, feel free to say so. But you said you should embrace the fact that you're going to die. Because we all share that same fate, and go out and just live every day.
Yeah.
In the best possible way you can.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, weird example, but I've been using it a little bit recently in the videos, but like going to approach a girl or something like that is probably, from a biological perspective, like that's pretty scary. There's a lot of things going on there, rejection, all that kind of stuff. It's like quite a intense activity or thing to do, something to practice. And that can fire up a lot of negative emotion. You get in your head a lot.
Yeah.
And then the frame after that I'll use is like, mate, like, what does it even matter, man? Like, I go up and have this interaction with you. Yeah, it goes bad. And what? You're not going to remember who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not going to remember who you are. I'm probably actually going to be more proud of myself after the fact, even if it did go poorly, because I executed.
Yeah.
And that gives you motivation to do it another time. And that's how you get better.
100%. And that's not necessarily always just with chicks either. That's just in general.
It's anything, yeah. I use that as an example because it's common for everyone. Like,
absolutely.
It's you see, like, beauty's quite intimidating.
Yeah.
For a lot of men, I would say, especially these days.
Yeah, I would agree, because in some countries you also don't know if it is a man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I haven't been to too many of those countries yet. But, yeah, man, it's just at the end of the day, it's all going to be, the lights are going to go out at some stage.
100%.
You might as well just go for it.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. And I say to my kids a lot too, actually, to be fair, along the similar lines, I'm too scared to do such and such, or I made a mistake. So
yeah, you just learn from it.
In a day, you'll barely remember it. In a week, you won't even know what I'm talking about. In a month, it's not even going to matter.
Yeah, but
and then in a year, you'll be like, yeah, it does, And I think that for me was really freeing. Going, you know what, who cares? Like, let's take, for example, work. I've got no work for a week. Oh, shit. I haven't got any money. But in a month's time, I've got money. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And it gives you the opportunity to do other things as well, right?
Correct.
Spend time with your family.
Yeah, which...
Do podcasts.
Yeah, and this. I could easily do this every day, you know. In all due respect, I have work this week, but I've had moments where I'm like, oh, shit, I've got nothing coming in and I've got all these bills. It all works out.
Yeah.
Eventually, you know. But that's just, you know, that got quite philosophical quite quick.
Well, I like it, man. I like getting into that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
I'm not afraid to talk about that kind of stuff. So if I get someone else that likes to talk about it as well,
becomes a good conversation.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think a lot of people do get close to it. They get close to thinking about it, but they're a bit scared. I think there's just so much wisdom in that kind of stuff.
I agree. Just talking about your childhood, if we will.
Yeah, no worries.
Did you come from a religious home event?
No, I mean, I was baptised growing up.
Yeah.
We went to church on Sundays and stuff. But
was that Catholic or Christian? Or
yeah.
Oh, okay, same. Yeah, same. So I lived in Waverley.
Yeah.
I was born in Parterre.
Okay.
So I can relate to the small town.
Yeah.
Dynamic farming background and so on and so forth. Mum and dad, or mum in particular, heavily into church, heavily religious, still is. I not so much now, but I think given our conversation, it opens your eyes to things
100%. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, we went to church a little bit growing up, but we went into it, like we'd go, Nana and Granny would take us.
Cool.
But yeah, it was something that I was always, you know, as a teenager, like, that doesn't exist, you know.
Correct.
Big Bang Theory, right.
Yeah, handy.
You know, and now I'm a lot more open to, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I'm not fully religious, but I guess the pathway that I'm on is probably going to potentially lead myself to that eventually. Yeah, who knows? Might get there at some stage.
Yeah, but hey, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's your choice.
Yeah,
and that's
everyone has the ability to make their own choices, and I think that's cool as long as you respect it. Respect people's choices.
100%. And I am a firm believer in it doesn't matter, in my opinion, it doesn't matter where you come from, what you believe in, who you believe in, how you believe in it. We're all in the same race, and that's a human race.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what colour skin you are. That doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know, you're human. Everyone has a soul.
Yeah.
Everyone has a purpose. You might not know what that purpose is at the point in time, but that's the beauty of life, is you find that.
100%.
You know, I mean, you're using, you know, you've got golf as a bit of a medium to, I guess, keep you occupied. But the other side of it is it's given you the opportunity to experience some incredible experiences that, I mean, not everybody gets an opportunity to have.
100%.
And you said earlier, you know, like you committed to going to America at 18.
Yeah, 18. Yeah.
And you had to do it.
Yeah.
You're like, I've pulled the trigger. I'm just going to do it now. I have no idea what I'm turning up for.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's got you a career.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Oh, man, golf's given me everything. It was basically my entire life.
Yeah. That's amazing. Which I guess is an interesting line there. You know, it's given you your entire life. If you weren't doing golf or playing golf, what would you be doing? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, people ask me all the time.
Okay.
Not much of a hypothetical man, but if I think it would have to be something like physically demanding.
Yeah.
Like I'm not built for it, but I really like CrossFit.
Oh yeah.
I actually don't even do it.
Yeah.
And I go to the gym, but I don't do CrossFit style. But I just love the mindset that those people have. Like I think those are the top athletes in the world. Like their days are just completely lined up for them being the best athlete that they can be.
Yeah.
And yeah, something along those lines, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like it's some kind of athlete, something where I really have to push myself. And because golf, you don't really get that. You don't really get that physical, like, tiredness. Yeah, you can beat balls, but it's not really worth it because your hands get all cut up and all of that. But it's not like you don't really get in your head too much about something like that. So, yeah, I'd say something, maybe CrossFit or
Yeah.
maybe like a psychologist or something, I think would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just I'd like to just experiment with things, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, I could probably be doing a wide range of things. Golf takes up a lot of time, so
Yeah.
don't really get a lot of time to do a whole lot else. But
Yeah. I think, in all fairness, though, I think that's probably actually not a bad response, because at the end of the day, if you think about what could have been, have you really committed to what you're doing?
Exactly. It's cool to think about, as much as I love to think about hypotheticals, I mean, it's cool, it's interesting, but like I do what I do, and I think the mindset around that should just be, okay, this is what I'm doing. How can I enjoy this the most that I can? I think anyone can do that with any stage of life that they're in. You can have two people that walk down the street and experience exactly the same thing and have completely different outcomes from that.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Even if it's, you know, you're working at McDonald's or something. Like I worked at McDonald's for a little bit after high school, before I went to college.
McDonald's in Howard?
In Howard,
Nice.
yeah. And like you can make that a great experience.
Yeah.
You can, as much as it sucks and, you know, you're not making that much money and it's a bit of an average job, but you can make people's day. Like if someone comes in and orders their Big Mac and you are like energetic and you're like, hey, how's your day going? You start a conversation with someone, like you can make a positive influence in the world by making that person's day better, and then he feels a bit better, so then he goes home to his family and his family's a little bit more positive, and then they spread it out. Like you can do it with anything in life. Like just ask people on the street, you can talk to them and ask them how they're doing. And I'm naturally very reserved, and I'm not like I probably wasn't naturally gifted with people skills, so that's something that I've been working on. And even if it's just, you know, the last couple of weeks I've been walking down the street and just say hello to someone who's walking towards you. And they might not say hello back, but at least you tried, and you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Like I didn't die for saying hello.
Yeah, exactly. Mate, a smile goes a long way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And it doesn't happen that much in New Zealand.
No, it doesn't.
Everyone's quite reserved.
I think it's also that tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, I really hate to say it, but that is huge.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing better. Who the fuck cares, man?
Yeah. Real random. Like I went out, I was at a gig on Saturday night, and something that I noticed was the way everybody dresses, the colours, very dull. Yeah. Like I would look through the crowd and I'm like, well, everyone's wearing like grey and black, and it's just so interesting. Like no one really wants to make a statement or like stand out or anything like that.
And you go to Tomorrowland. Oh, have you done Tomorrowland?
Nah, I haven't done Tomorrowland.
Is it on the bucket list?
It's just that it's an interesting time.
Yeah.
If I had the time, I would go.
Yeah. Because you're a huge D&B guy.
Drum and bass. Yeah. Tomorrowland's, obviously there's drum and bass there. But it's a little bit more.
It's more EDM, isn't it?
Yeah, EDM, housey stuff. But I went to one this year in Prague. It was called Let It Roll. And it was strictly drum and bass.
Wicked.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had to miss a tournament, but I had to miss a tournament anyway because I needed a bit of time off. So I had like a little 2-week break where I got into that. That was good fun.
Sometimes a little reset's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say famously have said this, but I've heard you say, you know, like the reality is if I miss a cut, I miss a cut. It is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'll just move on to the next thing next week.
Yeah. And it's easy to do with golf because there's always next week.
Yeah.
So, in that sense, it's good. Yeah, obviously you're still trying, obviously, but in that moment you're very focused and you're trying to make a cut. But if you miss the cut, I mean, it's the same with anything. What are you going to do about it? You know?
Yeah, you can't change it.
No,
you can't change it. You say, oh, well, that's right. I'll just be better next week.
Exactly.
You know? And if you're not better next week, who cares? Ethan actually, because he's my coach.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're standing over a ball, well, I remember this one time we were out on the course and he said to me, "You've done everything you can now to execute the best shot you can. And if you don't, what's going to happen? Oh, who cares?"
Yeah,
so, exactly. So just remind yourself, if you're going to have a swing thought, you've done everything in your power to hit the best shot. And the outcome will be the outcome.
Yeah. You just get so engrossed in the process in that moment of getting into the shot and hitting the shot. Yeah. Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah. That's your brother, man.
Yeah, no, I think he's a pretty good coach.
I think so, actually. Louis and I were talking about him last night because Louis is obviously going. He's just been accepted into PGA.
Oh, cool.
So into the academy.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's just got accepted in.
Yeah, nice.
In all due respect, he's living in Hamilton. He's working part-time at St Andrews.
Yeah.
And he's filling the gap with pizza.
Yeah.
Still doing the old Domino's delivery.
Nice.
I'm like, good for you, buddy. Like,
Maybe get money in the bank account somehow.
Correct. He's got rent to pay, man.
Yeah.
Him and his partner.
Yeah.
But he's gone, man, I'm really struggling to get a job. Now, you shot your shot, committed to a thing going to America. Louis, he studied HR. He didn't really like it, and project management.
Yeah.
And he's a good kid. He's a really good kid. And I'm like, dude, print your CV out, go knock on some doors and get a job. You will get one in Hamilton easy.
Yeah.
And he never shot a shot. So now he's going to shoot a shot with golf.
Yeah.
And we had him here a couple of weeks ago doing a podcast. And just hearing how he's talking about golf now, he's so interested.
Yeah.
And he's talking about it in a way that's like, I've not heard him talk about it before. It's gone from being like, I'm really good at golf and it's a good hobby to, I can actually do this.
Yeah.
And I can teach people how to do it because obviously part of PGA, you're teaching people. And he was telling me he's like, I've got this idea of how I'm going to coach and all that. And he goes a lot back to how Ethan coached him. Like they had a couple of lessons together, I think, where he just wanted some things to be checked up on. And he's like, man, I've never had anyone explain golf so clearly and so easily as Ethan did. And I was like, that's really cool. And that's given him a drive to do his thing, which is really cool. And I'm excited for him. Really proud of him too, because he's taking
a bit of a leap there.
Yeah. And he's going to do something that's not a job, really, because it's going to feel like a job, but the reality is, man, the worst day on a golf course is so much better than the best day in an office.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
I don't mind going out and playing in the. I do. I don't really love playing in the rain. It's not fun. But if I'm out on the course and it rains and I get a little bit wet, who cares, man? It's just character building.
Yeah, you're afraid of drying off.
Yeah. That's right. Exactly.
Water.
Exactly. Believe it or not, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, that's a good little test there. I think is trying to be in a good mood despite the weather.
Yeah.
Today it's raining and shit, but
mate.
why not? Mate, you're still alive, still breathing.
100%. And to be fair, I'm having the best day because I'm sitting here, I'm talking with you, and we've got other people coming in later as well. And it's like, this is just the best.
Yeah.
For me, it's the best day. Like my partner said to me this morning as I was walking out the door, she's like, I hope you have the best day. And I was like, I already have.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't even started, but it's already going to be the best day.
It almost feels a little bit better being indoors when it's raining outside too.
Yeah.
You don't feel so guilty.
Nah, exactly. I don't want to get that indoor tan, man. Like, I want to be orange as, or not orange, but you know what I mean. Now I asked Louis a little bit, and if he had any specific questions or anything like that, and he didn't, but he's really interested to know about what your time on tour has been like.
Yeah.
Especially, in all due respect, one of the things that popped up in my search of you, when I say my search, I just AI'd it, man. Like I use Grok.
We'll see how accurate it is.
Well, it was talking about you leading, and in fact, I remember this because I was standing down in the shop there, and I watched the replay of this shot. And I think you might know what I'm talking about, and that would be the albatross that you had on there. Is it the Belgium?
It was, that was in Belgium at the Soudal Open.
Yeah.
They didn't actually have it on camera.
No, they
picking the ball out, barely picking the ball out the hole. They'd barely turned the camera on.
Yeah.
I picked the ball out of the hole, and that's all they had.
That's I've watched something anyway, and you were hitting balls, and I was like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Well, that's Sam. Because I've only been really into golf for the last couple of years.
Yeah. So you might not have even, that would have been the middle of 24.
Yeah, it was. So I was 6 months in.
Okay,
yeah. I was 6 months in. And that's when I just started to make this place home.
Yeah, cool.
Second home.
Yeah.
And so that was incredible. What was that like?
Yeah, that was a crazy week.
Yeah.
Because I'd had a couple of decent events at the start of the year, but I'd never really finished it off. Like I remember Australian Open, my second event as a member, I was like in the third to last group on Sunday.
Yeah.
I was playing some really good golf and then just shot 78 on the Sunday and finished like 48th. And then I'd done it again in Ras Al Khaimah where I was like third to last group on Saturday and then almost finished last out of the people that made the cut. So yeah, I mean that was the first event that we had in Europe. So I'd just travelled from here, got to Europe, got to Belgium. I mean, you're jet lagged for 5 days.
Wow.
Probably. You're not waking up at the right time. You're going to sleep later or whatever it is. I played absolutely horrific in the practice round on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I had one ball left in my bag. I think I shot like 87 in the practice round on Wednesday.
Wow.
I was just hitting it all over the place.
Yeah.
And then managed to, I remember chucking the camera down on Wednesday and doing a couple drills, not really knowing what I was doing, just a little bit of just trying to sort something out. But I had been playing very well before I left from home. But that travel and those few days afterwards it's tough. Like it's tough on the body and you just never play well after traveling. Yeah. And then I just woke up on Thursday and was playing nicely, and I think I was 3 under through, might have been 12 or 13. Yeah, and then went birdie 14, birdie 15, birdie 16, and then 17 I've got 248 to the pin, into the wind a little bit. It's a bit cold. Like I'm going to have to smoke a 3-wood to get there, and I was 6 under at the time. Yeah. So I said to my caddy, I was like, mate, it was probably a layup. It's a pretty small green. Yeah. I said to my caddy at the time, I was like, oh, mate, I could hit a shit shot, whatever we get out. Am I going to make 6 at worst? I'll still be 5 under. Yeah. Hit it and just absolutely flagged it. I just never hit a shot like it. It was just come out, it was just straight at. And I said to him, I was like, mate, that's going to be pretty good. Yeah. And we just hear it smack the flag stick. And I can see the flag going like this. And there was probably, 15 people standing up at the green, and they start clapping and cheering. And I'm like, there's no chance it's gone in. Yeah. Because a 3-wood from 250 doesn't fly in the hole and stay in the hole. Yeah. Like it's bounced somewhere. Yeah. I'm walking up there and they're like, oh, it's in the hole, it's in the hole. I was just like, unreal. Mate, like that's got to be, like, who flies it in the hole from 250? Like, that's got to be one of the craziest shots ever. Yeah. So, and I remember walking off the green and I said to McKay, I was like, mate, are we 9 under now? I was like, it was just gone birdie, albatross to get to 9 under. That's unreal. Yeah, finished the round and I had like a 15-footer for birdie on the last and just burnt the edge and tapped it in for 9 under, and I was leading by 2, I think, at this stage. Yeah. And I was like, mate, I could retire happy now. Like, this is cool. I'm leading a DP event after round 1. I just made my first albatross. Like, life was pretty good at that stage. Yeah. And I managed to hold on. Round 2 was tricky. I got off to a pretty average start and made a couple birdies late, finished 1 under, and then I think shot 1 under again on the Saturday. And I was like around the top 10, and I was like, I played shit in all the other Sundays. So I was like, man, what's going to happen here? And I just played a really nice bogey-free 4 under in the last round. Finished tied for 7th. That's awesome. So that was my best finish. That was still my best finish on the tour. Yeah. I'm sitting down afterwards and like looking how much money I was going to get paid, and I was like, never had any money before, so it was pretty cool to get all that.
That is fantastic. Actually, what is your relationship with money? Like, do you care about it?
Not in the sense, like, obviously as a golfer you spend so, like, it's just constantly you're spending so much and you're earning a lot at different times. At the moment, like, I'm not doing anything silly, but I'm lucky to where I don't have to worry. Like, if I go out for dinner or something, like, I don't have to worry about, I can just swipe the card and then, which is nice. But obviously the money, you got to be careful because it can go very quickly. Yeah. Like, I remember that point in time, I think I made like 80 grand or something that week went in my account. And then I think I might have missed the next 5 cuts in a row. Yeah. Or like I played well. Anyway, at some point I missed 5 cuts in a row. Yeah. And you're spending probably at least 4 grand a week when you're talking flights, accommodation, food, caddy, probably closer to 5 grand a week. So you miss 5 cuts in a row, bang, that's 25K gone just like that. And try not to think about it. That's why like sponsors and stuff are so good, because if I've got the money there at the start of the year, I know that I'm going to be okay regardless. So it just takes a lot of pressure off. So I don't have to think about it too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year will be definitely a bit trickier because last year I had the backing of the year before.
Yes.
I made enough money to where I could help out for like this year. But I broke even this year basically.
Yeah.
And I finished 34th on the Auto Merit on the Challenge Tour. Like I played pretty decent. But yeah, broke even. It's a lot more expensive, obviously, traveling from New Zealand.
Yeah.
So it's I'm going to have to, in the process of sorting all the sponsors and stuff and getting them re-signed, I guess, for next year. But yeah, I mean, sponsors are massive.
Yeah, that would really, like, you. Who are your sponsors? You got Callaway?
So I didn't actually have a contract with them this year.
Right.
But they're helping me with club and ball and all that kind of stuff. Equipment, they're amazing. I work with, when I'm here, I work with Dan Cooper, and then when I'm over there, there's a few boys, Jason, that always keen to help me out. And I mean, they're amazing. And I messaged Dan and hey mate, I need some balls and gloves, and they're here 3 days later.
That's fantastic.
So they've been amazing. I did have a contract the year I was on DP, but only for a year. So they don't really do contracts on Challenge Tour, on Hotel Planner Tour. Sorry, that right. Callaway, that helped me out, and then I have Hidden Honey and Cardinal Logistics are my two other sponsors. Tony, Cardinal Logistics, and John helps me out at Hidden Honey. So so
they're
a big help.
That's really awesome. And I guess what the key thing is that the book's open.
Yeah,
if anyone else wants to,
100%,
wants to help out,
a few locations available on my chest for if anyone wants to help out.
Fill a gap there. That's awesome. That would help because then you're just focusing on one thing.
Yeah,
and that's just
money's, man. If you get in money troubles and you're trying to play golf at the same time, man, that's just a level of stress that you just don't need to have.
Yeah.
And Golf New Zealand they've also done. I'm in the rookie pro program with them, and they've helped a lot this year as well, which is cool.
Yeah. What? I forgot where I was going to go with that. Never mind. That's okay. That's pretty much me. I'll check my notes here. I actually didn't care about the backup plan, but Louis wanted to know about that because I thought, when we talk about backup plans, I shouldn't say I don't care about it, but I think us Kiwis don't. I know with rugby they encourage you to study something, right? Golf doesn't really have that.
No, rugby's a bit more short term though, isn't it too? The guys aren't playing past 40.
Yeah, well, I think someone said 35 and you're an old man in rugby, which is wild. So you get like a 10 to 15 year lifespan and then that's it.
And you can get injured like that.
Exactly. Golf is very different. But where my line of thought was going with that was more in the sense of I think we think too much about having a backup plan rather than just going all in on something. And I think that's, again, hugely courageous mindset.
It's just the mindset, of having I think you can have a backup plan, but you treat your plan A like you don't have a backup plan. So you're almost tricking yourself because obviously at some point you do have to be realistic, like, if you're having money problems, you need money to buy stuff.
Unfortunately. You got to eat.
You need money to live, right?
Yeah.
But, there's not many people that you could sit down with and they say, all right, I'm, super careful with my money. Because, you could really, if you wanted to eat for $100 a week or whatever, or less than that, you could just go and buy shitty ground beef and rice. Ramen
diet.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, and that's basically what I did for a lot of the time, in college and stuff.
Yeah.
I was lucky, my grandparents helped me out with that, and I had the scholarship, so that helped as well. But mate, there were times that I only had $100 in the bank account, and you're just like, oh, I'm going to be eating ground beef and rice for a while.
Yeah.
But I think the plan B, I feel like I've got my game to a place where no matter how poorly I play, I think I can still make a living. I feel like I'm good enough to do that, which is I haven't been able to say before, but I feel like I've got to that point now.
Wicked.
Even if it were like worst case scenario, right? Like I lose my card and I end back up in New Zealand playing in the Pro-Ams and do some coaching here and there.
Yeah.
I think being okay with that scenario helps me free me up to go and chase what I want. Because the worst thing that happens, if you're still okay with that, then you're going to be fine regardless.
Would you have a little bit of a hypothetically, and this is my mind's going this way, and it may not be your line of thinking, but do you have okay, I've got 10 grand in a bank account, I don't touch, and that is my I can't get home account.
Yeah.
Or is it like, you know what, nah, man, I'm living right on the edge and I'm just going to play the best I possibly can and the result's going to be the result?
No, I'm pretty conservative with it. Like I've probably been investing for the last 5 years probably.
Yeah.
So I've just got a dollar cost average into an index fund.
Yeah.
Like I've just got a certain amount of money that goes in every week. So I know that's there.
Yeah.
It's like a Sharesies account. So like I can't even, it's not even a part of my bank. So I can't even see, I don't even know. So I honestly, I won't check it. I won't check it for months.
Yeah.
And then just basically have my bank account where I have the money in there, and that's where I have all my payments and all my money coming in and coming out. But that just gives me a level of security. I know that worst comes to worst, I've got something there.
Yeah.
So I don't think I deal well with running on the edge, trying to play as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I like to have that there.
What's a massive misconception, I think, of playing in Europe versus playing in New Zealand? Or shall we say the Southern Hemisphere? Bring Australia into this as well.
Yeah, I think golf courses are so different between New Zealand and Australia. Golf course in New Zealand is just far too easy.
Yeah.
Golf in New Zealand's very easy compared to basically anywhere else.
Yeah, so on that, when we had Tim Myers on, he said, he was sitting here and just going, man, we've got 18 golf courses within an hour's drive, essentially, available to us here in Taranaki. We're really lucky.
Yeah.
And he said, based on that, I don't understand why we don't have more professional people coming out of New Zealand, professional golfers and so on and so forth. And I thought, actually, that's a fair point. Like, why don't we? And so I asked Paul about it. And Paul said, essentially along the lines of what you've just said, in New Zealand, golf is too easy. The courses are a lot shorter. And that is why a lot of New Zealanders go overseas and they do tend to struggle to begin with because the courses are so much longer.
Yeah, it's just different.
Yeah.
It's just so different. And Taranaki especially is a perfect example. Yeah, we've got 18 golf courses, but they're all short.
Yeah.
And like pretty average condition most of the time.
Yeah.
And New Plymouth's great.
Yes.
It's the closest thing we have to a championship golf course. And when they get it set up for the Taranaki Open and they get the rough long and it's windy, it can be tricky.
Yeah.
But it's 6,000 metres long and I'm hitting driver on a few of the par fours and then the par fives are driver and a wedge. Like it's just not, the greens are a bit slow. There's no slope in the greens really. And you go to a course like, there are courses in New Zealand, don't get me wrong. Like we played Royal Auckland last week, a couple of weeks ago, and that's a proper track. Like that would be, I mean, even Foxy and Dan have said that's in between a PGA Tour event and a major.
Wow.
And if they get it set up properly.
Yeah.
But it's just different, man. Like you get like yourself, like if you say you go to a course where the greens are running 12, there's some undulations in the greens, and you got a bit of grain on the grass when you're chipping, like it just completely changes the game.
Yeah.
Like it's easy to chip around New Plymouth. And I think people, like especially juniors and me, like coming up, you just get like this false sense of security. Because you can go and shoot 66 around New Plymouth. I mean, I actually did, I wanted to see what my average score was on Wednesday Club in New Plymouth so I could compare it to, say, we've got a few juniors out there that are trying to play professional golf.
Yeah.
And if I can show them, all right, like every Wednesday for the last 2 years, I've averaged 67, which is what it was. It was 67.5 under. That's my average score. Like, you've got to be that good at your home course. And I'm not at a world beater or anything. Like, I'm pretty decent, like 600th in the world or something, but I haven't made it yet. And you've got no chance of beating me on that golf course. So how do you expect to? So it was kind of like almost like a goal for them. You know, if you can go out and shoot 67 every day, you might think you're the man, but there's someone else that's shooting 65 every day.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the biggest difference in New Zealand is, the guys are just, you've just got to be so much better than what you think you are.
Yeah. In all due respect, it's okay to be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
I think and chase that improvement.
Oh, you have to be realistic.
Yeah.
I think this, like, you can waste years of your life trying to play a game that you just, not to say that you'd never be good at it, but you just don't quite have it to. And if you are playing in New Zealand and you can't beat Josh Geary and you can't beat me, and Dan comes back and Foxy comes back, like, unless you're competing with those, like, those are the guys. Like, Gears has played out in Europe a little bit. I'm playing in Europe. Dan, Kazuma, like, these guys are, like, if they came back to New Zealand, like, they're going to win. And it's
all day long.
Exactly. And it's like, if you can't compete with that or beat them, then you're not there yet.
Yeah. And that's huge. And that I think is, it reminds me of a little story I'd heard actually from our favourite radio host, Phil Quinney.
Yeah.
You know Phil?
Yeah. You know Phil.
Yeah, he's been on.
Yeah.
I tricked him into it.
I've done many of interviews with Phil.
Of course you have. So you may know this one, but we were playing, I want to say, I can't remember if it was a property brokers thing or it was the... Anyway, it was a fundraiser, Ambrose. I think it was at New Plymouth. It might have been West Town. I can't remember. But Grant Fox was supposed to come. Yeah. And he didn't come. He couldn't come. He had an opportunity come up. In fact, it was a property brokers one because we got Christian Cullen instead, which was fine. And but he had an opportunity to play Augusta with Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember exactly how it went. I can't remember what he shot. It was high. And he was like, I can't believe it. Like, we went off the tips. I think they were off the middle tees. And he was like, it was so hard.
Yeah.
Golf over there is it's insanely hard.
Yeah. I don't know how close that would have been to the Masters, but like a tournament setup. Like, it's just, you can change a golf course so much by growing the rough up a few inches, making the greens firm, making them fast, tucking the pins. You can completely change it.
I must admit I watched, I want to say it was the Taranaki Open, not this year, but last year I went out and sat around 12 and under that tree and just photographed and just watched and listened because Haskey said you should do that.
Yeah.
So I did. But it was, again, you say that, they grew the rough out.
It was long last year.
It was real long.
I remember I played the week before.
Yeah.
And, mate, we were like, we couldn't find golf balls. We'd had it, and we played there all the time. So we know where it is, like it's here somewhere. We couldn't even find our balls. It was that long. Yeah,
that was crazy. But looking at watching those scores, man, because I think, from memory, I think Josh Geary took it out.
I think Brownie won. So they were in playoff. Brownie and Gears ended up in playoff. I think it was at 6 under or something.
I think it was, which was insane.
Yeah.
When you think about it, considering how that was. And I remember just watching Louis out there struggle away.
Yeah.
He enjoyed it. He still had a great time because, he had his old man caddying for him and all that, which is fantastic. And he's always going to caddy for him as long as he can. Now that he's, going to be playing, I assume the likes of the Charles Tour and all that, he's going to be hitting all these things. At some point, he's going to start playing them.
Yeah.
And he misses tournament golf, but that was insane to watch.
Yeah.
That was...
It's just something else.
Oh, man. And again, like you say, you play that every week.
Yeah. And that's New Plymouth.
Yeah.
Like, mate, man, like, you put another 600 metres on that golf course.
Yeah.
With similar width fairways, similar rough, like greens are a little bit more tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it gets pretty tricky.
Yeah.
Golf can get hard.
It does, but I think that's the beauty of golf as well, is it's one of those things that, Haskey says this all the time, don't chase perfection. No one has the perfect swing.
Yeah.
Don't chase the perfect swing. Just chase, like, you're going to forever be chasing something that
Just be okay with
unobtainium,
knowing that it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And just accepting the challenge for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everyone's Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
think it's cool, man. Like, I've always, like, especially over the last few months, I've kind of developed a mindset of, like, especially playing in the wind. Like, I always used to hate playing in the wind. Like, it's too hard. But, like, it's just a cool challenge now.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just so, like, using the wind to hit different shots, different pins, and, like, have an appreciation for how difficult something is. Because it's not often that you get, you know, a real difficult day on the golf course, and it's just, like, such a good challenge, such a good mental challenge too, because it's so easy to check out.
Yes.
But no, I think the more, like, and you're going to play better because of it if you stay in it and you're really strong mentally and you're there for the whole 18 holes. Like, you're going to end up playing better golf.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And in all due respect, it becomes 72 because you're going to make the cut.
Yeah.
If you're in that situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it is about golf that's got me so hooked. But in the short amount of time that I've been in the golf community, the people I've met is just out of control.
Yeah. Mate, it's amazing. Everybody plays golf. Everybody loves golf.
Yeah. And all for different reasons. No one plays it for the same reason. You know, like I'm in a fortunate position. I encourage anyone to get coaching. If you're going to start the game, go and get some lessons.
Oh, mate, it's the amount of people that I play with, and I'm like, hey, one hour lesson would make the world of difference. Because people would play and they just got no idea like how to. You know, it's fun. You can go, and I'm not saying that everyone needs to get better.
Yeah,
like, people can just go out because they enjoy it, but a lot of people are competitive and they do want to get better.
Yeah,
and coaching is. Someone who knows what they're talking about, it can change, and it's simple too.
Yeah,
people think it's so complex, but even at the highest level, man, it's like, for me, it's like if I'm hitting it left, or I'm left-handed, if I'm hitting it left, I just need to close my club face a little bit.
Yeah,
how do I do that?
Yeah,
like, it's simple. It's not like I'm working on 20 different things. It's like real basic stuff, and
exactly,
it can really help.
It's like John Garner says: the ball tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
And if you know how to read the ball and what it's doing, you know, for the most part, what to do to fix that.
If you can read the ball and strike and all that kind of stuff, like, you don't need I personally don't really think you need to be videoing your swing all the time to hit positions. Like, you can work out if you're hitting it right, how to hit it left, and if you're hitting it left, how to hit it right. If you're hitting it fat, how do I land the club closer to the ball more often? Like, just simple stuff like that. And you can work it out. Like, if you really sat there and thought about it, you can work out how to change your swing without having to take videos and because if you go down the video route, it can get pretty scary because guys are trying to swing it like Adam Scott, and if they don't swing it like that, then they think there's something wrong. But so many different ways to do it. Yeah,
I think that's actually something Ethan mentioned once before. He said, you know, he used to be real like every swing should look a certain way, and then he goes, you know what? Now I actually love looking at, we'll say, ugly swings, because he's like, if it works, it works. And what is it about that swing that's working? And figuring out what small micro adjustments you can make to that to get that person in a better position. Scotty Scheffler, for example, he's great, a foot either side of the ball. Yeah. Everything else about his swing is...
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a... There's a lot of... People will say like a compensation. They talk about compensations a lot. Like, you have to, if you put your swing in certain positions, your body has to compensate, hands have to compensate, but the whole swing is a compensation.
Correct.
And you probably wouldn't teach Scotty Scheffler's swing to a normal golfer, but he's got certain aspects in that make it easier for him to hit the ball, and then he just does it. I mean, it's the thing, like, you look at somebody's swing and you think that is what makes them a great golfer. But he's been competing since he was probably 4 years old in the AJGA. Yeah. Like, in America, I mean, they compete from straight out the womb pretty much. And he's been playing golf his whole life, like, competing at the highest level, playing on the best golf courses. Like, he's developed, I mean, the skill that he's developed in his ball striking and his game, it's like, it's not because of the way that he swings a club.
It's nothing to do with that. And you can't buy that either. That's just
the experience and time and just,
like, that's just being a student of the game, essentially. You know?
And I mean, is
he still number one?
He's so far ahead, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
He's like, I think he's almost a stroke better per round on average than Rory McIlroy, who's number two.
That is a long way.
Mate, it's incomprehensible.
Yeah.
A stroke better. It's like not quite what Tiger was doing, but it's from a strokes gain perspective, but it's close.
Yeah.
But and then even Tiger, mate, was like at his peak was like a shot better than that. So it's like, man, there's levels.
Yeah.
There's levels to it, man. And it's so cool. Like I love just talking about like greatness and whatever sport, you know.
Yeah.
But it happens everywhere. Like
Michael Schumacher.
everyone just you have the best, and then you have the guys that are better than the best, and that's just Scotty Scheffler. And
talking about that, actually, I think one of the things that people need to accept, and it's a hard thing to accept because you want to be the best at what you're doing, but there's always someone better. You know, I see it a bit with my partner's staff and all that kind of, well, not her staff in particular, but I say to her quite a lot, there's always someone better.
Yeah.
You know, like don't be afraid to be harsh or whatever it is that you've got to be.
You can definitely use that as motivation.
Absolutely.
What do they say? Comparison's a thief of joy.
That's good.
Constantly comparing yourself to people, and I think you definitely want to set an ideal. Like you want to set somewhere where you're getting to, but that can be quite like when there's a big gap there, it can be very scary, and it can almost stop you from taking action. So you have a goal, and then you create these small, like what's the next, like just really break it down on a day-to-day basis. All right, like I've got to get out of bed, I've got to eat, whatever someone's goal is.
It's like, again, on the Sam dumping his thoughts on video, it's like just getting out of bed and making your bed. You've achieved something that day.
Yeah, I think you can put as much meaning to it as you want. Some people don't care and they can still get up and work and stuff like that. But for me personally, and a lot of people, like, if I make my bed, it's like, all right, now what's next?
Yeah.
What else can I do to make things a little bit better?
There was I forget his name and he's recently passed, but he was instrumental in Michael Jordan getting in with Nike, coach they call him. But when he would wake up, he come from a shitty background. It's a great book to listen to. I'll share it with you afterwards, actually. But he had a philosophy. I have two choices when I wake up. I can choose to be happy or I can choose to be happy.
Yeah.
And he lived his entire life that way.
Yeah.
For the most part, like I love hearing about that. I don't wake up and go, okay, I'm going to be happy today because I've got no choice. I'm going to be happy. I've got two choices. But at the same time, for me, my bladder gets me out of bed. Sometimes it's my stupid alarm clock.
Yeah.
But one thing that like I get excited about, man, is to see my kids happy and smiling. And we got, I'm not going to go into it, but we've got an interesting dynamic in our house. I've got one child, but two. Partner's got two kids as well, so we've got three now between us. And it's a challenge, man. That's a real mental challenge. And but just seeing them smiling for me is huge.
Yeah.
My partner, she understands. Like I get into funks, and
everybody does, man.
Absolutely, it's how you move on from it. And for me, interestingly, I've just discovered that golf is a great way for me to get out of a funk. And it's only that one shot that gets you back.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, even just be outside, go for a walk, get some fresh air, hang out with some mates.
Yeah. Or sometimes it might even just be hanging out with my radio.
Yeah.
Because there's no one else who wants to play. That doesn't matter. I don't care.
Have time by yourself. Awesome too.
I think it's just as good, yeah. And golf has been a really interesting portion of my life. I've discovered that I always knew I liked talking, but I've discovered I really like podcasting as well.
Yeah.
Like I love sitting here and having conversations.
Well, you're good at it, mate. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And you're a great guest.
Thank you.
Just so you know, you have it genuinely it has been a pleasure and is a pleasure having you here. And no, it's not to say that it's the end, but like we've drained an hour and it doesn't even feel like it.
Man.
I'm loving this. I was going to say there was a couple of things that I had thought about before and I should have written them down as I thought about them. But who do you look up to?
That's a big question.
I thought it might be. I really did think that might be a big question.
Who do I look up to? I'd say initially, when I first started probably really thinking about agency and the idea that we can actually make an influence on our own lives and the people's lives around us, it's probably Jordan Peterson. I don't know if you know, he's a Canadian psychologist, pretty controversial figure actually, but a lot of his messages and stuff landed on me at a time of my life where it was probably quite important.
Yeah.
Like just starting out in college and probably the end of high school, started watching a lot of his stuff, and a lot of his stuff is basically just men taking responsibility for their own actions. And but he was probably one of the first people that I would look up to, and really, made me probably take a good look at myself. I used to drink a lot in college.
Okay.
So that was something that I always knew probably wasn't a good thing to do, but I would mask it with, I'm just having fun, I'm young. But it was probably a way for me to turn off certain voices in my head that were quite confronting. So he kind of brought that back to the forefront. And not to say that I still like to go out and have a drink, but I did a year sober last year, did the whole year sober, and I've definitely cut it down a lot as I've gotten older. Yeah. So he would definitely be the first person. And then now it's like I'll probably listen to a few different podcasts. Listen to Chris Williamson's podcast, Modern Wisdom. I think that's a great one. I think you just pick different things from different people, right? Like you see something and you admire a trait in somebody, and you're like, okay, me admiring someone's a trait, obviously that's like something that's important to me, so how can I implement that into my own personality? I think you'd like pick different parts from different people because you're taking a person as a whole. You can love Tiger Woods for his golf game, but arguably the way that he lived his personal life and all that kind of stuff through certain periods of time. Yeah. You can't just take one aspect of his life and then disregard something else. So I think you can take little bits from different people. So that would be, I wouldn't be able to give you probably one singular person. But
no, that's fine, because I am quite similar in that sense as well. There's no one person that I'm like, I want to be like that person. Because I don't actually want to be like anybody. I actually just want to be me. Yeah. And
you don't know, man. You don't know what people are going through.
No.
You don't know what their thoughts are like when their head hits the pillow at night. Do they have to, are they medicating to go to sleep and medicating to wake up and all that kind of stuff? Someone like Elon Musk, successful, money, you're like, fuck, that's cool. It'd be pretty cool to have however much money he has, but mate, that would be a storm going on in his head, all
the time. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you can't just take the financial side of it and not, because a lot of people that do get success will do it from a place of, I'm not good enough, do it from a lack, and they're constantly just want more and more and more, and you're never satisfied. Yeah. So I think that's can be a scary path to go down.
Yeah, I think so. And money, I'm going to be honest, money doesn't buy happiness, but it sure helps.
Yeah, it gets rid of your money problems, right? Stress off.
That's exactly right. I mean, I've never seen an unhappy person on a jet ski. Let's be honest, But at the same time, money buys freedom. It can buy experiences that the average person may not be able to get. Yeah. But I think you've got to have if you care about money that much, then something's got to give. Something will be lacking somewhere, and it might be your people skills and all that kind of stuff. You've got to not be afraid to be brutal. I say that to Jess quite a bit, actually, with her business. I'm like, mate, don't be afraid to be brutal. Yeah. Do it legally, but don't be afraid to be honest. Yeah. If someone's shit, tell them.
I don't think it's not brutal when it's honest.
Exactly.
If someone's not performing in a way that if you have high standards for yourself as a business owner or something, and the people working for you aren't, don't be afraid to
tell them.
Let them know. It could be a benefit for them,
Absolutely.
Could make them look themselves in the mirror a little bit more and actually, start working better.
Yeah, exactly. We often joke on the golf course, oh, sorry, boys, especially in an Ambrose, oh, sorry, boys, I've let you down, I didn't hit that shot very well. Don't worry about it, bro, just be better next time. Yeah. It's as sarcastic as it sounds and as jokingly as it sounds, it's like at the end of the day, put it behind you is what we're saying. We don't care. It doesn't matter. You know, everyone's contributing equally in this because, you know, the rules of the tournament say we have to.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so if you, talking about hypotheticals, right? Hypothetically, what would be your dream 4-ball and what course would you play on? Anyone, dead or alive, doesn't matter.
I would go, I think you'd have to go, can I choose like if I were to say prime Tiger, like 2000 Tiger Woods?
Of course. This is your dream, not mine.
That would be definitely one.
Yeah.
Prime Tiger, like when he was just at his best.
Yeah.
On a really hard golf course. So I would have to say, yeah, maybe like an Augusta or something.
Wicked.
Just on a real hard golf course.
Yeah.
So we got Augusta, Tiger, Prime Tiger. I think I'd have to get, I think Ethan and the old man. I think that would be pretty cool.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to, because there's no one else that pops to my mind.
Yeah.
So like purely just from the like golf perspective, like that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Just to watch like the best to ever do it on the hardest golf course. That would be sick.
And having the people that you care the most about around you.
I probably wouldn't even play. I'd probably just watch.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Never mind. You know. Never mind. Like, I can understand that. So I mean, again, I'm on this journey, and I've come across this guy, Ben Hogan.
Yeah.
And I've come across some awesome shit. I should have bought it in actually. It's really cool. I got this insanely cool book, and it's a pictorial book that was taken by Jules Alexander, famous photographer. Yeah. As it turns out, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
And he's got all these photographs of Ben Hogan playing golf in the 50s and the 60s, and it's amazing. I like photography for that, in that respect. And but man, I'd love to. Like, I've read his book, you know, the 5 lessons or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And all that. And I told Ethan I was doing that because the first thing Ethan said to me when I had my very first lesson with him was, from now on, you are not allowed to listen to anyone.
Yeah.
You are only allowed to listen to a professional golf coach.
Yeah.
That is it.
That's great advice.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Well,
no YouTube.
Yes.
No Instagram videos.
No, I've never done that. I must admit, recently there was one thing that I watched on Instagram and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I might try that and see how it goes. Because I work a lot on chipping.
Yeah.
You know, one could argue, well, why don't you just get on the green? Well, it doesn't always get on the green.
No, that's right.
You know, sometimes you got to know how to chip. But it was like, one of the things I often get a bit nervous about is when you've got a little bit of danger in front of you. So you get, say, a bunker and a short-sided green or what have you, a short-sided pin. And this chick, she was just like, don't open yourself up, because a lot of people do that to get a bit of height. She's like, you want to play this shot, just soft hands, you know, just swing at it nicely. Ta-da. I was kind of showing, oh, that's interesting. I'll try that. And I tried it and I was like, oh, that actually worked. Interesting. It's about the only thing I've looked at on Instagram and gone, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. But the reality is none of that matters. I just, what did Ethan tell me? You know, he sends me a little summary of my coaching and photo and work on these and follow this and do that. And that's just me. And I love that, man.
Yeah.
You know, like I love that. Like he's going to go far, I think.
I think he's going to go, I think he's going to really smash it.
Yeah.
Like he works hard and he's not going to give up until he gets there, I think. And it's going to be, I keep trying to tell him, it's like, mate, you're only 27.
Yeah.
Like you're
a baby.
You've got 3 more years until like the growth that he's had in the last 2 years. Like, and it's exponential too. So it's like, mate, before you're 30, you'll be sweet, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why he's like, I'm going to go all in and buy this camera and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, sweet, dude.
Investment, man.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's like 2 brand deals and it's paid for. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'll help you out in any way you can, whatever you need, you know. Obviously, advice and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
With cameras. But, man, he's going to crush it. What... one thing I'm actually curious to know, what is actually important to you?
What is important to me?
Yeah.
I've actually been thinking about this a bit recently.
Cool.
Because you try and work out a way to live your life, right? You just try and think of the things that are important to you. I'm in a pretty interesting place, I think, in my life right now where, like still obviously trying to work all of that out. I would say I'm not someone that has ever really kept in contact with people very well.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard for me to sit here and say that I really am a people person because I can go months, if I'm overseas, I can go months without talking to my friends and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be difficult for me to sit here and say that I'm a real family orientated people person because I'm just not to say I love my family.
Of course.
I'm not saying that that would be crazy. But I would say what's important to me, I think overall I would just like to make a difference.
Yeah.
In the world, and you do that by making a difference with the people that are around you. And I'm in the process of we've been talking about doing those videos on Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just trying to work it all out, trying to get all my thoughts into something that I can physically. I've always struggled with writing.
Okay.
I've never been a good writer, and someone has explained that to me recently. Writing is basically thinking, formulated thought. You put your thoughts down on paper, and it makes a lot of sense to me because I really struggle to put the thoughts down on paper, and I feel like the better I get at that, the better I'm going to sit here and answer that question that you've just given me there.
Yeah.
The things that are important to me, because I have this feeling of where I want to go, but I can't quite articulate it. It's a tricky question.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's a tricky question. But I would love to, I've always said that I would love to, find a partner and have a family.
Yeah.
I think that's super important just from a biological perspective, right? We're animals, we're, arguably probably going to find the greatest meaning in life by raising children and having
100%.
a family. So that's something that I really would like to do at some stage. Obviously the career kind of puts a little bit of a hindrance on that. It's pretty tricky to really if you're not in a relationship before you start professional golf, it's very hard to start one during, I feel, because just all over the place all the time. You need to find a pretty particular person. So probably it's difficult to say that that's important to me because I don't have it yet, but it's something that I feel will be important to me in the future. But I'd like to I think at some stage I'd like to live a pretty simple life. Yeah. Just have a house on a farm somewhere with a couple cows and a few chickens and all that kind of stuff, and just have a wife and a few kids and just cruise. I think that would be pretty cool, but it's pretty hard to go from traveling the world and playing golf for hundreds of thousands of dollars and then shutting it all down. And I think at some point I'll get there, but it could be a few years away.
I think it's fair to say that golf's put you in a fortunate position that you're going to be able to do that, though.
Hopefully, not quite yet.
No, but it's
cracked it yet. But
you definitely will.
Yeah. No, I'm quietly confident it'll get there,
mate. How can you not be? At the end of the day, it's and again, I think it's not living in the past. And I've noticed that about you here is you spend a lot less time thinking about, what you've done and where you've been, and more where you're actually going and what you want to do. Not that we've directly gone, well, what is it that you want to do? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because the reality is
things change.
Yeah.
I've just been a lot more open to just things happening and not trying to take life too seriously.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think that's a really key line there, not taking life too seriously.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're just going to stress yourself out.
Just no matter what you're doing, just try and enjoy it. I was before a round of golf, I'm all right, I could shoot 65 today. I could shoot 80. That score is going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was.
Yep.
So you might as well just enjoy it while you're doing it, or try to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Not to say that you're not going to, you're obviously going to have negative emotions, and I think that's part of life too. You want to lean into that as well. Got to have negative emotions to be able to feel positive ones.
Absolutely.
But it's just try not to avoid it all. Just let it all happen. Let all the feelings come in. I think you'll end up being in a pretty good spot.
Absolutely. And it's okay to duff a shot and go, whoops.
Yeah.
Don't throw a club.
Yeah.
You look like a tool.
Yeah, I've definitely done that a few times before.
Yeah. My mate actually who got me into golf. Now preface this. When I was in Waverley, about a year, I played golf as a kid.
Yeah.
Not very well. And then that was it. I never touched a club for up until 2 years ago. And it's Matt's fault. But I remember one day he was getting so aggravated with golf.
Yeah.
And he hit an iron shot and he duffed it and he just whacked his bag with his iron and he snapped his driver shaft.
Oh, I've done that one before.
Yeah, and he's like, it wasn't that. And I was like...
Pull it out on the next hole. Oh, it's in 2 pieces.
Yeah, it basically was, yeah. And he was gutted. It cost him $250 to get a new shaft and all that. But we had this thing, if you're going to throw a club, for us, throw with your left hand. You know?
Yeah, look nice and...
It's like,
you ain't going to break it doing that.
Exactly. But the other side of it, it's like, you know what? Shit happens.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, I think the turning point for me, because I'm not going to lie, I definitely have got frustrated with the thing. The turning point for me was when I was having that coaching with Ethan and he said, you've done everything in your power to hit the best shot.
Yeah.
If you can't execute it or something happens, that's okay.
It's definitely going into it, giving yourself a little bit of space to go into it with, because if you just react, like I've thrown clubs before, like I've thrown clubs this year, and I'll get to a place where I'll hit it and there's no thinking, I'll just throw it because I'm just angry. But if I give myself a little bit of space before the shot and I walk into it and you say to yourself, all right, I'm going to accept all outcomes here, then that's when you almost give yourself enough time to realise what you're doing. And even if you do hit a bad shot, it's like, all right, okay, like I just accept that for what it is rather than just reacting in anger straight away.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is giving yourself a bit of space to think
and coming back to, you know, that quiet lifestyle with a couple of kids, or a few kids, as you said, and a wife and so on and so forth, you're going to need that mentality because kids test the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And I'm very short with my kids at times. Yeah. You know, if they're fucking me off, I'm like, you're fucking me off.
Yeah.
You know, I shouldn't do that. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm just going to leave the room. But yeah, you're going to need that. And
yeah, I've probably got a little bit of a misconstrued idea of what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
Peace and quiet.
Yeah, it's not.
Not going to be that.
It absolutely is not. But at the same time, everyone says, oh, it's the most rewarding thing. It is. Seeing your kid grow up and be a better parent than you were is, you know, not that my kids are parents. They're not old enough.
Not yet.
But eventually they're going to be, and I know they're going to be better than me. You know, like my son, he is insanely intelligent. He gets that from his mother in terms of the mental side of things. She is insanely book smart. I'm not. I'm more of a doer. You know, give me something to build or paint a wall or whatever it may be. You know, I'm great at that. You know, drive a tractor, do something physical. I can do that. He's also got that as well. So he's got, in my opinion, and I'm biased as shit here, but he's got the best of both worlds. He's book smart and he's like hands-on smart. And that is, you know, he's going to do some cool shit, man.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, Jess, you know, I'm like, we should, you know, start him now. Like, what is it we can get him doing? Because I don't want him to go to school and have that knocked out of him.
Yeah.
You know, I want him to actually be put in an environment where he can thrive and use his brain. Yeah. Otherwise, and I think this is where kids go down that route of, you know, drug addictions and getting into that sort of shit. You know, I think that's where they go because it's just boredom. You know, something to do.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And you touched on alcohol before. You know, when you were younger and you were using it to maybe mask a few things. What was the realization that you came to
when I stopped drinking?
Yeah. What was it? Was there something that you went, fuck, I've got to stop this. This is hurting me.
Yeah, I get wicked hangovers.
Okay.
So that's something where I would wake up the next day and not really be able to do a whole lot. Like I wouldn't train or I wouldn't go practice.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a big thing. I was like, all right, I'm probably giving up a little bit of, you know, gains in my practice and my gym work and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing for me, I think, was being able to put myself into an environment that I wasn't comfortable with and then being able to deal with it. Yeah. Like a social situation. Like if I'm in a room of 10 people and I'm speaking to someone that I don't know before, it's a hell of a lot easier to talk to them when I've had 6 beers than it is to when I'm sober.
Yeah.
So I wanted to feel like I wanted to be able to develop the skill of being able to speak to someone, and alcohol was kind of just making that a little bit too easy, I guess, and you don't get the same practice. You don't face the, that discomfort of approaching someone and speaking to someone. So that was probably the biggest thing. Just being able to have fun, just be able to enjoy things without it as well.
Yeah.
I felt like, I'd go out to drink, not to go out to have fun. Whereas now I've kind of found what type of music I like and all that kind of stuff, and I can go out and, like I said, like I still will drink now. I'll have a few drinks now, but the year that I did sober last year, it gave me the opportunity to be like, hey, I don't have to drink to have a good time.
Yeah.
So now when I go out and I do drink and I have a good time, I just feel a lot better about myself because I know I don't have to. In a weird, I don't really know if that makes sense, but
I get it.
Makes sense to me. It's like I know I don't, like I've done this before, I don't have to. It was almost just like a way to prove to myself that I'm not doing this just to enjoy, just to make me enjoy it more, because I do it. I enjoy it anyway. Yeah.
I can go out and have a lemonade, mate, and have the best time.
Yeah.
I personally, I'm not a big drinker. I was. I was at a point where a dozen Heinekens wouldn't even touch the side.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
For me anyway, looking back now, I'm like, holy shit, that was bad.
Yeah.
And that was when they were like $20 a dozen, so it wasn't even expensive to drink either. But yeah, I don't really drink much myself now at all. Like, I'm end of a round of golf, mate, I'm happy to sit down with a lemonade or a ginger beer or lemon lime and bitters or something like that, and a bowl of hot fries, mate.
Yeah. 100%. It's an interesting one. I think people aren't drinking as much as they probably once used to.
Yeah.
New Zealand's the culture's, you just grow up with it.
Yeah, you do. I didn't. My parents don't drink at all. But you're right. Around me, I'd see families that was all they did every Friday, Saturday night. Yeah. I went through that when I was living in Hamilton. I was selling motor cars up there, and we go out on a Thursday because it was student night, so it was a cheap night.
Yeah.
Then we go out Friday night because it was the end of the week.
Yeah.
Then we go out Saturday night because that was the big night.
Yeah.
And then once I did a Sunday. Oh my God, I had the best time.
There's a reason why people do it.
Yeah, 100%. Fucking expensive. Yeah. Cost you a lot of money, but
a lot of fun.
God, had the most fun.
Yeah.
But now I could go out and excitement. A great night for me is having a really nice wine with a really nice dinner.
Yeah.
And going to all that food, and appreciating the food.
Yeah, 100%. It does changes as you get older, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And you mentioned, you get wicked hangovers. It gets worse as you get older.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was always I got mates that get up and go and run and go for workouts and stuff, mate.
How?
I could do it, but I'm pushing myself through everything. Yeah. It's not easy.
And it's not actually doing you any favours, really, is it?
Yeah. I just want to sleep.
Yeah. What is your poison of choice?
Do a Corona.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
just
nice.
a Corona and a lime.
Yep.
Haven't really explored too much. The boys are getting into wine. A couple of boys are getting into buying wines and stuff now. So I haven't got there yet, but maybe.
I think you might. I used to think wine was just piss. That was awful.
Yeah.
Give me a Heineken. Now I actually don't really like Heineken.
Okay.
I'll have
Palate's changing.
Yeah, it is. The palate has changed. I'll have a nice lager from Shining Peak Plug. But I'll have a nice lager there. I love their beers.
Yeah.
And so forth. But I also don't like the bloaty feeling of drinking beer, and I bloat quite badly. So annually, Jess and I typically will take a holiday over to Hawke's Bay.
Okay.
I've lived in Hawke's Bay for a few years. I loved it over there. I love the heat.
Yeah.
I really love the heat. I miss the heat.
Heat's good.
It is. But we've experienced a few wineries, and to be perfectly honest with you, and Europe would be fantastic for this, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But the stories behind the vineyards and behind the wine, if you get an opportunity to do a tasting, just do it. It might cost you, who cares how much it costs? Just do it and enjoy it. Yeah. So I had my in-laws around for whatever reason a few weeks ago, and we got out a nice bottle of red, and I said to my in-law, I said, oh, look, you should chase it with a nice bit of dark chocolate. really? Red wine, dark chocolate? What do you mean? I said, just try it. So I sliced it because I had some in the fridge.
Yeah.
So I sliced up some dark chocolate. Don't ever chill red wine, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, don't put red in the fridge.
Yeah.
A little bit below room temperature is just right. But anyway, and I said, so have your little sniffy and then pop a half a cube of this dark chocolate. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've never experienced this. And it's like, yeah, well, that was sitting down at a winery and learning that.
Yeah.
You know, you cleanse your palate with a dry cracker and some water and so forth. But wine is an interesting journey.
Yeah.
Very interesting journey. Yeah. So next year we're going to hit Martinborough.
Okay.
That's going to be our annual holiday, if you will, my long weekend away. We'll do Martinborough and check out the wineries down there. But if you do get an opportunity, wine is a very interesting rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah, maybe one day when I got a bit more money.
Yeah. But in saying that, Paul was funny, man. He used to do this whole expensive and a cheap wine, and you know, blind taste and see which one you preferred. He said 9 times out of 10 you take the cheap one.
Yeah, you can't even tell.
Yeah, because it's a single blend as well. It's not a blend. Okay. It's a single grape. So a blend is when there's two different grapes put together, and that's when this price starts going up.
Okay.
And so forth. But also, wine is very acidic. So if you get heartburn or indigestion, I noticed that after 4 days of just drinking wine, I'm getting heartburn and it hurts and indigestion. I don't like it. Yeah. That's not for me. But anyway, that's about as cultured as I can get. Yeah. If I'm honest.
Oh, mate, sounds like you're into it.
Oh, I'm into a lot of little things, I think, you know, in all due respect. But you know, that's life. But we've been going for an hour and a half, and I'm still really enjoying this. But I thought I better get a couple of formalities out of the way.
Yeah. Nice.
So, and we don't have too many formalities in this podcast, and I think season 2 we're going to have even less. In all due respect, just because Lewis isn't here to remind me of them. But one of the things that we did in the first season, which was really, really cool, is we would have our previous guest leave a question for the next guest without them knowing.
Yeah.
And what it became a little bit of a game for me, is I, as the host, have to then slip that question in without the guest knowing.
All right.
We've had some interesting ones. Robin Smith, we had Robin Smith on. You may know him.
Yeah, I know Robin. He's not afraid of a chat.
No, he's not. He really isn't. He was awesome, actually, and I'd love to get him back on.
He would have been.
He was fantastic. But his question was Y fronts or briefs?
Y fronts or briefs?
Yeah.
Briefs.
Yeah, which was interesting. That's fair. Josh actually was our first guest this season. He left a question. Josh Casson.
Okay.
I don't know if you know him.
I don't think so.
He's got it's my old plug for his golf app, Flyaway. It's a little golf social media app, essentially, where it's just golf related, but anywhere in the world you can just jump onto Flyaway and go, I'm in Dubai, does anybody want to play golf?
Yeah, cool.
It's really cool. And they're doing all kinds of stuff in the back end, and they're going to bring all kinds of cool stuff into it. So that's who our guest was. And that's another small plug for Josh. But he left a question, and I've asked you a few questions. Do you think you could pick up on which it was?
Oh, mate, not a chance.
No, that's good.
Not a chance.
It was actually insanely easy, but it was the dream 4-ball on what course?
Okay.
And in all fairness, that was actually an awesome question anyway, because it
ties into it all.
Yeah, it does. So I guess at this point, we don't know who the next... Well, actually, we do know who the next guest is, and I did tell you who the next guest is.
I don't think I can... I do remember you saying, but...
That's okay. But is there a question that you would love to... that you would leave for our next guest? And it can be anything. It doesn't... In all fairness, the harder it is for me to slip in, the better.
All right.
And while you do this...
super deep here. I got it.
Okay, go.
What would you want to be said in your eulogy?
Ooh.
Your funeral?
I love you.
I'll sneak that one in there, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So, all right. What would you
Maybe
like?
that kind of ties into what you think's important.
Yeah, I think so.
No one's going to talk about how many golf tournaments you won, or
No. What would you like brought up?
mate, you can't just turn that around on me like that, mate.
No, okay. You don't have to answer.
Nah.
You don't have to answer.
Yeah, I guess just someone that was, he made people around him feel good, made them want to be better people.
I think you do. I actually think you do. Genuinely.
I'm getting there, trying to.
I'm really enjoying this, putting the camera up in front of you and just talking thing, and, having it just verbally dumping your thoughts. And, we said this on the golf course the other day, like, you're going to look at this in a year's time, look back on it and go, wow.
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking back then, and see where your thought process goes and
See
how
where
it changes.
See how I can, just develop that skill of, like I said, being able to put what's going on up here into words, because it's pretty tricky.
Yeah, it is.
Your brain goes a little bit quicker than your mouth can.
Some people. Sometimes it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I can definitely speak faster than my brain can keep up at times. But that also could be the I want to say natural salesperson. No one's a natural salesperson. You're taught how to sell.
Yeah.
It's the gift to be able to just chat.
Yeah.
And natter and make it interesting. Not that you asked, but the longest conversation I've ever had with somebody, a chick actually, was at a wedding. It was at my old flatmate work colleague's wedding.
Yeah.
And this is a few years ago now. And I'd never met this chick ever. And I don't even know how I got chatting to her, but we talked like, I don't know, like after the ceremony until I dropped her off at her hotel. She's like, you can stay if you like. I was like, nah, it's all good. I had a big truck that I had to park in Hamilton, and I couldn't park it anywhere. But she's like, no, you can stay. And I was like, I really want to, but I got to be realistic. I want to have tomorrow off work, so I'm going to drive home tonight. But yeah, like I'm talking 9-10 hours, man. It's just like how I don't even know how we talked for that long.
Yeah.
But we just talked and talked and talked, and
there's nothing better than just talking to someone, you're on the same page, talking about the same things, both vibing.
Absolutely. And if you can find that someone, male or female, obviously if you want to live with the person, you should probably, female.
Yeah.
But if you can find that person, like grab them and hang on to them, man.
Yeah.
Because they're not a unicorn, but, my kids all believe in unicorns. They're real.
Yeah.
They might not look like what you think they look like, what society says a unicorn's meant to look like, but I think a unicorn can be what you need it to be.
Yeah, it's almost part of it's about making the decision. Like, that's the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, man, there's so many options. Social media, dating apps, like.
Yeah. Gives you a false sense.
At some point, you've just got to sit down and be like, all right, you're the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Definitely.
Yeah. So, again, not that you asked, but when I met Jess, like we've been together, must be getting close to 10 years now. She'd just come out of a marriage, not a good one. I didn't know that. I'd been looking for a partner for ever.
Yeah.
Or just like, oh man, I just want a girlfriend. I just want someone to spend my time with. And then I don't know what changed, but I woke up one day and I was like, actually, I don't need anybody. I just need to be happy with me. And so that's what I did. That was my focus, was just me. Focusing on myself. Stopped caring about chicks. Then I met Jess. And I had a lot of, we'll say imposter syndrome. Like I never thought I was good enough for her. She's a successful businesswoman, and I'm just at the time I was a roadie, man. Like I was traveling the country.
Yeah.
I was having the best time. I've seen more of New Zealand than a lot of people have seen, and I've driven it.
Yeah.
I did a tour with Dave Dobbin, man. We did as far as Whangarei down to Queenstown, Oamaru, or Oamaru, I don't know how they say it. But, that was the best time. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
He really is. But I was just content being me.
Yeah.
And then I stopped looking and I'm not going to say I gave up.
Yeah.
But that was when I actually found that person.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, when you stop looking at outside, when you start being who you are, by definition, like I think I talked about this yesterday, you're just going to attract what is right for you.
It's true.
It's amazing people can pick up on energy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
I used to be pretty skeptical about that kind of stuff, but it's definitely, opened my mind.
Yeah.
It's changing energy and change the way you hold yourself. If you're confident and comfortable with who you are, you're going to attract people that are like you for who you are, like you for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And, again, it's, if you want to be the greatest chef in the world, you're not going to go to the fucking worst one to learn, are you?
Yeah.
You're going to go to the best one, to learn how to cook, And cooking, like life, is just a lot of little things done well. You make a nice meal. Do you like to cook?
Not anything spectacular.
So you can reheat some ramen?
No, I'm pretty particular with my diet.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I pretty much just eat ground beef and fruit.
Yep.
Raw milk, eggs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you cook the eggs or raw eggs?
Nah, I cook the eggs.
Okay.
Haven't quite got that far.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I'm home, I control it pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a big takeaway guy?
Nah. I'm hungover.
Yeah. Yeah, because fatty food is good for you, when you're
hungover.
Yeah.
But nah, generally not. I just don't. I don't know. I think I'm at a point now where I know what I need to eat and what I need to do to feel my best. And if I eat fast food, I just feel shit, so I don't do it.
Yeah. I must say, seeing you on Wednesday, I think it was, I thought you looked the healthiest I'd seen you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And you still do.
Yeah.
You haven't changed.
Might be the tan.
It could be the tan.
A little bit in the Gold Coast.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But I just thought, oh man, Sam looks really, I don't know, you've just got this clarity in your eyes.
I appreciate it, yeah. Thank you. No, I've definitely, I've started to really, focus on the sleep and all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
I think it's just an outward effect of that, I think. The diet too, like I've just tried to, I've always been a thin person, like genetically. My old man's he's pretty skinny, and I've always never really liked that about myself, so I've always tried to eat more to put on more weight. But the last few weeks I've just been like, oh mate, like I'm just going to eat when I feel hungry, and that's made a big difference. Like my energy levels are a lot better.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I do feel better.
Yeah. No, that's good. No, it's noticeable. Oh, I noticed it anyway.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm not hitting on you. You proud of who you are?
Yep. Yeah, not all the time.
Yeah.
But
do you beat yourself up a bit?
I think it's just natural.
Yeah.
It's an athlete, Like I said before, like people achieve things from a place of lack. That's what I did my whole life. I never thought I was good enough. Because I wasn't good enough though. I was never, from a golf perspective, I was never really that good.
Yeah.
And in the grand scheme of things now, I'm still not really that good. Depends on who you're comparing yourself to.
Yeah.
If you're comparing yourself to where you want to go, then you're obviously not going to be where you are. Like you're not going to be there. So you're always going to think that you need to be better. But yeah, I'm getting there.
Cool.
Getting there slowly.
Yeah. You should be. It's a journey. That's life.
Yeah, exactly. Being more comfortable with the fact that, sometimes you're not going to be super proud of yourself and you're going to do things that you probably shouldn't have done. But like you said, that's a part of life, and you'll learn and grow.
And it's, I guess the real test of a man or a person is how you move on from that thing that that mistake you made or whatever it might be,
Yeah, definitely. I think, I heard this quote once where they said intelligence was getting what you want out of life. That's the best measure of intelligence. So you can be intelligent, but if you're not getting what you want out of life, then by definition, that's not very smart.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. When you actually think about it, and I guess, taking it back to my son, like he's uber intelligent. I don't want to see that wasted.
Yeah.
I want him to make the decision though.
Yeah.
But I also don't want him to be unintelligent and just go and live a shit life.
Yeah. I mean, you have super smart people that just want to just hang out and chill and not do anything too crazy,
Yeah. Yeah, whereas, the people who really make a difference in this world are the ones that actually get up and go and do something.
Yeah.
Do you believe in motivation?
Motivation in the point of Yeah, definitely. I think you definitely can feel more motivated some days than others.
I think just starting though.
Yeah, I think motivation comes from action.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, if you're lying in bed and you don't feel like doing something, that's not where the motivation comes from. The motivation comes from after you start. After you start creating some momentum. I notice that in the gym a lot when I'm traveling and I'm tired and things like that. It's pretty tricky to get into the gym and you don't feel that motivated. But once you get on a run and you start seeing a little bit of progress, that's when the motivation comes. So I think people get it the wrong way around. They think they need to be motivated to act, but acting actually creates motivation.
I
that's
think
where you get that snowball effect in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And then it also works in the wrong direction as well, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Or lack thereof. Lack of motivation. Lack of action.
Yeah. I won't go to the gym. I'll go tomorrow, and then I don't feel like going. And all of a sudden, it just
you fall off the wagon, and then you blame
harder to get back on.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And I've been down that road, man. Like when I started going to the gym with Matt, and we went hard, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, going, "Man, I've got some results going. Yeah, this is awesome."
Yeah,
and then, I'm going to say I blame it on my kids, but my kids got sick. Then I got really sick. And then it got winter and it was just harder to get up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, hard to. Yeah.
The gym got too busy. But I had days when I'm like, I've got to show up. I've got to turn up for Matt. I didn't have to, but I'm like, I've got to turn up for Matt.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't. I've got to turn up for me. I'm the one who's benefiting from this. Matt doesn't. He just has a dude to go to the gym with. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I've fallen off that wagon big time.
Yeah, you definitely at some times you need to, like David Goggins' mentality, like you just got to get up and do it. So at some point. But it's an interesting subject because otherwise everyone would just be doing what they want to do, but it doesn't quite work like that, does it?
Nah, it doesn't. It's like everyone's like, oh, man, golf is easy. No, it's not, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Yeah. It's not easy, and that's what makes it so much awesomer. Is that it is hard,
and then and the people that hang in when it is hard, they get rewarded for it.
Like yourself.
So many people quit when it gets difficult.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. Like I've had some pretty tough times over the last couple of years, and it's like, man, this is a lot of people. This is where everyone quits when things get hard, and the people that end up succeeding are the ones that continue on through those tough patches.
Yeah.
And you've got to remember, I've got videos on my phone from, after missing cuts and I'm just pissed off. And you got to remember this when you win. Because I think that's what will make winning so much more enjoyable.
God,
you remember all the bad times when things weren't going well.
Do you think, I don't know, Louis doesn't watch any golf on TV at all. I'm not going to say I watch a lot of it either. But do you think, when the likes of Bryson, winning what did he win? Was it the Masters? He's won the
US Open.
That was at the Open, yeah. And you see the emotion. Rory, you see the emotion. And they're, and they're crying and all that at the win. And you're like, wow, where did that come from?
Yeah.
It's got to be, I can only assume, from going, man, I've worked hard for this and I deserve it. And I've got it.
I'd 100% cry.
Yeah.
If I won a tournament.
Yeah, when you win a tournament. Sorry, come on, let's get that win. When I win a tournament. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure.
No, I've enjoyed this. Yeah, you're very good at your job.
Thank you.
With this job.
This doesn't pay that well.
A job, but
it doesn't pay well, but it will eventually, because that's the goal.
Yeah.
The goal is to take this to somewhere where I don't have to get up and shoot houses with cameras.
There's an interesting stat. There's something with podcasts where like 99% of podcasts don't get past 10 episodes or something like that.
It's true.
They'll probably mix that up a bit, but
no, you're about right.
Yeah,
so most of them don't.
For you to get to, what do you say, you're at 13 now? Or?
You'll be about 14, officially 13, I think. Yeah, or 12 and a half, 12A.
Yeah,
depending on whether your superstition's like.
Yeah.
I'm not superstitious. I couldn't care, but and I mean, our numbers aren't great, but they're growing, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
and it's just utilizing social media to keep them
100%.
Keep them growing.
Yeah, I mean, they got one of the podcasts I was telling you I listened to, Chris Williamson. He's just passed, I think it's 3 million maybe. And it's like, man, he's done over 1,000 episodes. And,
Yeah.
But that's, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
He was starting on number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everyone else does, but he just kept going, stuck with it.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, if you really want to be. I mean, mate, the setup, this is a hell of a setup.
It's cool. It's cool. And that whole like, oh, I'm not good enough for it, like this is set number one.
Yeah.
Set number two is going to be who knows. But at the same time, like, I'm ready to take it if we need to take it on the road.
Yeah.
I'd love to maybe head north with it and do a few episodes with some people up there.
Yeah.
Who are doing amazing things in the spaces that they're in.
Yeah.
And that was, partially where this came from as well, is shining a light on local people for us doing awesome shit.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many people from Taranaki are doing awesome shit. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have an Olympian on. Sorry, a what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I never thought I'd talk to an Olympian. Yeah, we had Zach Reed on.
Yeah.
A pro tennis player. He was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
World number one speed golfer.
Yeah.
Not as...
Yeah, we've got a few. Yeah.
Unreal. Like, we're so, so fortunate. But at the same time, the one thing that... There's a few things that we all share in common. One is we all share the same fate. We're all going to die eventually. So it's how you live that. We all put our pants on the same way, one leg at a time.
Yeah.
And we all got to eat, so we all got to shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
human.
we're all just human.
Yeah.
And in my past life, I was fortunate to meet some insane humans. Jimmy Carr.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done mixed 2 shows for him.
Cool.
He is unreal.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, Dave Dobbin before, among other people. But
yeah, people that speak and sing for a living, I think that's like to have the ability to influence people's lives that extreme.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I think you can just extrapolate your thoughts and get them out there. You can create the same influence, and you're on the road to that.
On the road, yeah. Getting there slowly.
I like it.
Getting there slowly.
Sam, let's crack this up.
Yeah.
Wind this up, sorry. I don't know where crack came from. Maybe because I looked at him. But it has been an absolute pleasure and an honour, and you've definitely inspired me to be better.
I appreciate that.
And
thank you.
Please keep doing what you're doing. You're a good man, and you've got a whole fucking world ahead of you, man.
I appreciate it.
And
thank you for having me. Almost 2 hours, is it?
Yeah, 1:52.
All right.
That actually, I looked at it at 30 minutes and went, fuck, I'm running out of things to say. Yeah. I wasn't. I knew I was going to come up with something.
Yeah.
I didn't need to, though, because it's more about just listening to you. And hearing
it's good to have a conversation like that. And you got to what you do, asking good questions. Good flow.
Yeah. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to find I can't find it. Here it is. Flow's important, I think. I've done no training on this. I want to do some training. I want to learn how to be even better. Yeah. And all that. So thank you, brother.
Move forward.
I appreciate it.
Well, appreciate it, man.
Take care.
Thank you. Cheers.